Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. And in a few days from this video we may hit 400,000 subscribers, which is an amazing milestone. As you know though, I'm not one to make a big fuss out of numbers, so I'm just happy to do this from day to day. But I did prepare a special video, and I'm not sure when exactly it is we're going to hit 400,000. It might just be that I have to put it out like a day earlier to keep in line with my schedule of videos. So I wanted to mention that at the beginning of this one, because I know if I were to put it and I had, let's say, 3,999, someone would make a fuss about it. So I thought I'd let you know here in this Hermitcraft episode, which should be coming out the day or a couple of days before that video goes out. So now you know, and we're here at the spawn chunks again. We're going to be doing some work on this today. Actually, we're not going to be doing too much straight away. I've got a whole bunch of things in mind, and we're actually going to start off today's episode with a little bit of a discussion about how much work there is to be done here. Now, I want to grab this anvil so we can put a Unbreaking Free book onto our diamond hoe, which, by the way, we can get these by trading with villagers for emeralds, and this is going to be useful to us because we're going to try a different technique here in the spawn chunks. So, I was talking to Impulse SV. He has done this project before on his single player world, where you remove all of the grass from the spawn chunks and you create a passive mob farm. And he informed me that we have to do more than just the spawn chunks alone. Now, I am really unprepared. By the way, I've been so pressed for time lately. I've been doing a lot of other things besides YouTube, and I find myself like struggling to get it all done. And right now I'm pretty exhausted, but yeah, as I said, not very prepared because of that. So this is our border over here, and apparently what we need to do is go out a further 2 chunks, because these are called lazy chunks. Now, I don't know if they apply to every loaded area, but they apply to the spawn chunks, and I do believe, and I'm just sort of going off things that I remember, so I could be wrong, that the game sort of loads chunks and then it loads the ones around that are loaded in a sort of half-loaded state, which are called lazy chunks. So you wouldn't see them, like, you know, off in the distance, but they would technically be loaded in some form or another. And apparently animals in those chunks will contribute to the mob cap, which means we have to go out a further 2 chunks in each direction and kill all of the passive mobs. Now, I don't think that you have to also remove the grass, because passive mob spawning doesn't happen in lazy chunks. Oh, it just took a shot. But if we ever were to come here, it would mean, you know, we've loaded the area, which we'll be doing all the time, so mobs would be able to spawn over there. So basically we've got to extend this by 2 chunks in each direction, which makes the project absolutely massive. And I started to wonder, can I realistically do this? It would take a long time. I kind of want to go out there and build the next stage of the farm. And I think our goal to remove every bit of dirt is actually quite unrealistic. Now, many of you have been suggesting that covering the entire area in snow might actually stop animals spawning. So I don't know, I could do some testing, but this right here, a passive animal might not be able to spawn here, but I don't really want to risk it, and I might do some testing. I don't know. What I wanted to find out is, can I right click this snow? No. Can I break it? Yeah, it's going to be a little bit slow. So another alternative to removing all of the dirt is to use a hoe to turn it into farmland. Now, because it's not hydrated, it'll turn back into dirt, but if you like section off an area well enough, then you'll be able to use the hoe. But this is kind of unideal too, because as we go around and we start doing this, this is eventually going to turn back to dirt at some point and then turn back into grass, because there's grass nearby. This stuff right here, the snow, kind of makes it a little bit of a pain, so you want to dig it up as well, and I'm not sure if that technique is really going to work out too well either. So when it comes to working here in the spawn chunks, I'm just not sure what we're going to be doing, but I guess we will soldier on. I won't have too much time to do very much over here, I guess, today, but what I want to find is a patch of grass actually like this. This would be ideal, except I want to remove all of this because it's right here in the middle. I plan on doing some renovation to this area and make it look a little bit prettier. So let's see if we can find a patch of grass somewhere. It's snow everywhere I look, and maybe I'll be able to demonstrate that to you. So just around the back here there is a little patch of grass, and I'm starting to think this is not very ideal too for this project, because we can go along like this and we're removing it a lot quicker than we would be digging up the entire area. But we've got to think about how the grass is going to spread back. And as you can see, some of it's already turning to dirt, so it's going to be a little bit of a race. My problem is that, like, over in this area, you'll see that it goes up And now we have to kind of create a little bit of a border here. So this bit right here, we need to make a border. Now if we were to just do these blocks, the grass can still spread down, and then we find ourselves climbing up a hill to get rid of it. Maybe at points like this, the best technique would be to separate it, and that isn't too difficult at all. Now that grass is not going to spread down at all, is it? Actually, this doesn't seem so bad now. So we go around and we convert all the grass with our hoe, like this, and if we go back into this area, you can see it's starting to spread back a little bit in places. It's going to be a little bit of a game, is the point that I'm making. You've got to be very cautious and make sure that you get all the different bits. For example, we've got grass down the bottom here now, and this can easily start spreading back upwards. So if we miss a single piece of grass, it could be a real headache, as over time it would just spread all the way across and back over the dirt. So anyway, I'm going to like truck on with this little section and see if I can get it all marked off. And that is the last piece of grass. So that was actually like really kind of easier, definitely a lot easier, and it's not going to be suitable for every bit of terrain that we do. And I guess the main thing that was throwing me off was bits like that, but actually, you know, just separating it like this just made it ever so easy. So we don't have to worry about that. And I tell you what, thank goodness we don't have Enderman griefing on the server, because that could cause a big issue as well, you know. An Enderman picks up a block of grass, they put it in your spawn chunks, and then it all spreads back over time. So yeah, that's something that will probably affect a lot of players that don't have the anti-Enderman griefing module. Anyway, I should have turned that into a little bit of a time lapse, so I hope you enjoyed that. As I was removing all of this, I thought, you know what, I can speed this up and it looked pretty cool. But down here, this is the kind of area that I'm worried about, because I had to, you know, double check this, be very careful to make sure all the grass is gone. There are a few little blocks hidden down here, and it's those ones that cause you the real trouble, because all it takes is like a cave underground that you don't know about with a little bit of grass in, and then it will spread up to another area. So that has like, that's its own little area now. If it did spread into here or find its way back, it would be a small thing to sort of deal with. So when it comes to doing big fields or big areas, which we might encounter over the hill here, it might be a good idea to sort of permanently break that up a little bit. Oh, and this is this is the hole that we all managed to fall into together in I think it was episode 299, Professional Minecrafters. If you have not seen that episode, go and watch it. It is one of the funniest things that has ever happened in the history of Hermitcraft, definitely. We all got trapped in a hole together. It was amazing. Like a big group of us. Yeah, anyway, so I'm not going to do too much at the spawn chunks right now, because, like I said, I've been pressed for time, so much going on outside of YouTube at the moment. What we're actually going to do is head back over to my base. I've got a little bit of an idea, and I think I'll discuss it when we get over there. So what we're going to be doing in this episode today is working on the score in our tab screen. That is the amount of times that we have died here on the server. Now, Mumbo recently put a little bit of a wager out on this number. He decided that he wanted to do something interesting with it. He would get himself up to 1,000 deaths, and he actually managed to do that in an episode. He created a machine that would kill him when he respawned, and he got his deaths all the way up to 1,000. Now, at the same time, he put down a wager and offered up a stack of diamonds for anyone who could beat that number. And I thought, Mumbo, you are a foolish man. That is easy money right there. So what can I say? Mumbo, it's time to pay up. 10,000 deaths here on the server. You see it? The tab screen does not lie. I'm joking. There is no way I would do that. That is super cheaty. But it made me chuckle a little bit. Let's set that back to 86. We're going to do this the legitimate way. We're not going to take advantage of commands. And we're going to build a machine actually very similar to his, except I thought of a different way that we could kill ourselves quickly. Why did I come up here? I needed to craft a bed first of all. So for those of you that do or do not know much about the bed mechanics, I will go over it in a little bit of detail. I might get some of this wrong, you know. I've been playing this game a long time. Things change from update to update, and my knowledge might be a little bit rusty. But basically there's a bunch of places that you can spawn around a bed. And where do I actually want to do this? I need to think about this a little bit. A flat area would be probably a good idea, and I've successfully fallen back into the base. So let's throw an ender pearl over to there. Hop on in this direction and plop down our bed. So when we sleep in this at night time, we're going to set our spawn at this bed, which means when we die, the game is going to look at the bed or the location of it and try and respawn us. Now I think it has to be at this level right here that you spawn on a solid block. You can't go one block down like that. So that would be an invalid spawn position. Now if there's a block at this level, that's also an invalid spawn position, and sometimes I've seen it where you can sort of spawn on top of the bed as well. So you need to put blocks here to block those ones as well. So by doing what I'm doing right here, the only places we would be able to spawn is on the corners. In fact, what we really want to do is just block it off so there's only one place that you can respawn. It's actually turning to night, which is kind of perfect, so I can show you this in action. So if we sleep in the bed, this isn't going to work because I need to kill myself. Although you saw there, it just put me on the corner, so maybe it does. Sometimes it will let you like respawn here, which is a bit odd because that's not intentional. But yes, it put us in this position over here, which means whenever we die and we click on the button to respawn, we're going to end up standing right here. Now the way that Mumbo did this is that he used some string to detect the player was there. He put a dispenser below them and it set them on fire with lava, which was a very fast way of killing them. And I've spent a lot of time testing, messing around with different things, trying to find a different way to kill the player a little bit faster, because we want to surpass the amount of deaths that he has. And I couldn't really find anything with the exception of maybe skeletons that have enchanted bows. So if we set it up so that we're going to respawn here, we could trap some skeletons nearby. Let's say we put them in a little enclosed area like this, so the skeleton can't escape. It's also sort of protected from the sunlight, and we find skeletons that can pick up enchanted bows. We could give it one with flame, or is it fire aspect? I think it's flame on the bow, and power 5 as well, and that will do a lot of damage. So when I respawn here, the skeleton is going to start shooting at me, and we could actually have several of them. We could have another one like in this little spot here, and maybe over there and over here as well. The main thing that we've got to watch out for though is what way we face when we respawn. I should check that while it's night. It's important to figure this stuff out now. So let's leave the bed. We are actually... That's interesting. Oh, it's because we haven't... Or maybe that is the way that we face. You see, when you die, your the way that you're facing gets reset. So I guess I'm going to have to kill myself in order for me to figure this out. And there is actually a witch over there, but I don't have like a chest to put my items in. Let's make a chest quickly. Okay, the witch despawned, so I decided to kill myself with a little bit of full damage. Now when we respawn, we are facing this way here. That is very good to know. That is what I expected. When you respawn from a death, you have a very sort of absolute position. If we had pressed F3, the numbers on the fourth line down at the second bit, that would have been probably like 0 and 0, or trying to get it as close as possible. Basically 0, 0, very absolute fixed position that you face in, as opposed to what we had a moment ago where we leave the bed, we sort of face towards the bed each time, actually, it looks like. Let's click on it from a different angle. Ah, it's different. It's sort of like it re-puts you over here, but with the angle that you had before, like you clicked on the bed. So if I go like that, I bet you I'm going to respawn over here with the same position. So let's try that. Let's click like that, then click leave bed, and yeah, look at that, same angle. So that's interesting. Anyway, what it means is that we don't want to be facing this way because we're going to have an auto clicker, and that means I'm going to end up punching the skeleton that's over there, unless we choose to put it a little bit further back actually, because it's probably got quite a bit of range. Anyway, my plan is to get a whole bunch of skeletons, put them in a little containing area around here so they'll all be able to shoot at me, and then whenever I respawn, we're going to have a macro clicker to click on the respawn button, and then they're all going to shoot at me, which is going to be pretty cool. So that is the plan, and let's get to work and let's get this thing built up and try and find ourselves some skeletons. We need ones that can pick up items though, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge in itself. Okay, so I have been busy. I've been over at the zombie pigman farm, and I've also been trading with villagers as well. We've got some things that we need to do. One of those things is to rename are name tags, which are actually in the anvil over here. I've got 5 of them in total. If we have a look at this thing over here, I made it so that there was space for 4. Now we're going to be facing this way, and I'm not sure if the skeleton standing there will shoot us okay. You know, it might clip the wall. Who knows? I'm hoping it's all going to be good though. And yeah, so that's why we've got the thing here. So we have one there, and there, and that's 4. But I also thought we could put one in this little space as well. So 5 in total. And I've spent some time getting these. All of them have power 5 and flame 1, and also unbreaking. Some of them also have punch and infinity as well. I think one of them has infinity and punch too, or maybe not. But they've got all of the things that we need, and these are the ones that we're going to chuck to the skeletons. So then we also need to rename them as well. The reason why I'm renaming them, by the way, it used to be a case of if a mob could pick up an item, it would be persistent in the world and wouldn't despawn. And then they changed that for particular items like eggs or things that zombies would pick up in caves. I don't really remember what's the deal with it anymore. So as for these name tags, I thought it would be funny to call one of them Mumbo, for obvious reasons, because then it would say Xisuma was killed by Mumbo, but we've got 5 of them, so I thought the other one we'll call Jumbo. And now I need 3 more names, and I think it'd be funny to have Xisuma was killed by Xisuma in chat, so we'll definitely throw that down as another name. As for the other 2, I'm leaving it open for now. So let's grab that, and let's go off on a little bit of an adventure, because what we need to do is chuck some weapons at some skeletons. And the place where I usually find some mobs hanging out is over here, because this bit isn't quite as lit up as the other areas, and I'm the only person on the server. That's really good. Fools was on here a while ago, and that would have meant that there would have been less hostile mob spawns. So anyway, I've got an iron sword and a stone sword. We want to chuck one of these to a skeleton. If it's able to pick it up, then that's good. What I can't remember is if they pick up stone swords or not, because they'll pick up an item based on if it does more attack damage, and I reckon a stone sword probably does. Maybe it's a wooden sword that they don't pick up. So yeah, if they don't pick up that, I've got the iron one just in case. And at the moment, I'm not really seeing any mobs at all. Well, I saw a couple of zombies on the hill, so it might take me a while to find some. Look at this. We've got zombies swimming in from far, far away. Oh, he's so cute. But see you later. They are no good to us. All I've seen is zombies so far, and I've got a bad feeling about this. It's often that I wander over there, and there's always a pesky skeleton shooting at you when you don't really want them to be. And of course, now that you're looking for them, you can't find them. So I've just sort of been going around to the edges here, and what I'm thinking is that when we go over to these side areas, we're also loading up loads of caves down below, and those will probably be, or more likely to be, unlit ones. So not having much luck with the mob spawns at the moment. Apparently they can spawn there, and I've also been considering maybe knocking out some of these torches as well, but I'll give it a bit more time first of all. So there's our first one. It's spawned somewhere over here, which isn't good. It's also got an enchanted bow, which probably means it does more damage. And oh, there it is. I thought it picked it up. Anyway, give me back my swords. You're useless because you don't pick up items. So I had an idea, and it's proving to be effective, and we have 2 skeletons in which to try out this experiment on. So I'll explain the experiment in a moment. Please pick up my sword. No. You. Oi, stop. Please pick up my sword. No. Oh, now they're going to fight each other. Fight to the death. Do it. Let's see. Oh, no, now they're both just going to fight me. Okay, then. So here is my plan at the moment. Just to make a bit of a dark room, really, so that some mobs can spawn in here. And as I was digging down that end, they started spawning in this end. So I've just been making this thing a little bit wider at the moment. I'm going to extend it to the same width on this side over here. And then basically I'm going to come over here, hang back, wait for some mobs to spawn, and then go in there and you know, try and get them to pick up items. And this is going to happen during the daytime, because then that means nothing is spawning up on the surface. So we've already seen that it's effective, unless those skeletons came from somewhere else. I was just wondering if there was like a hole in the ceiling that they fell through from this cave, but then again the cave is already lit, so that's probably very unlikely. Yes! Yes, we got one! We also got this fella over here who likes arrows. But you can see the skeleton over there is being very smart and not going onto the slime blocks. Now, why did they go on there and get away with it? Is it a thunderstorm? Is it cloudy? Either way, that's awesome. And I am so not ready. We need like some tracks and a mine cart to pick this guy up. And I think what I'm going to do is add a row of sticky pistons with fence posts that we can extend up to stop them coming across, because there is creepers over there. But anyway, we've got our first skeleton. This guy is going to do a lot of killing, and he doesn't even know it today, does he? And can we shoot a bat? Oh, I wasn't confident at all. Never mind. Right, let's go do this. It's working, but I don't like that that chap is sort of gonna stand... Yep, that's gonna happen. They're gonna shoot each other. Bam! Take care of that guy quickly, please. Yes, what was I saying? It's working! It's working. And a moment ago when I was recording, I was nattering about the two... yeah. Look at this. It's working. We got another one here. And this guy got shot a moment ago by one of the other ones behind him. So got to watch out for that. We don't want them shooting at each other as we find them. This chap over here, I accidentally put him under the sun and he got set on fire, but I managed to save him with my water bucket. So I've given him a little hat as well, and we need to heal that guy at some point. And also, I watched my recording back and I started talking about the zombies that were walking across here, but I didn't mention what exactly it was that was supposed to happen to them. And it was the sunlight, you know, setting them on fire. And of course, they were both wearing hats as well. So that's why it didn't happen. Anyway, we've got this guy here. And let me show you the next step, which can be a little bit amusing at times, is to grab the minecart, let this chap out, and then try and get him to sit in the minecart. Come up there. Oh, come on, that's perfect. No, no, spider, what are you doing? That's not for you. Get out of there. Why is that guy not jumping up? There we go, there we go. Go on, go on, go on. Excellent, excellent stuff. Right, now we've got to watch out for the other mobs. It's the tracks. They don't like the tracks, do they? They don't want to walk across them, which means if I stand over here and put that on the corner, he's got no choice but to walk into it. Unless he stands... Oh no, again, doesn't want to go in the tracks. Oh, now he doesn't mind going across them. Of course he's going to make this awkward for me. And that's it. We've got 5 of them. Incredible stuff. What I want to do next, though, is brew up some damage potions and throw them at them. Because they are undead, they will be healed by damage potion. I love the way... Look at that. That's a screenshot right there. Love the way they're all looking at us. Yeah, so the undeads get healed by damage potions. Yes, that's right. And they get damaged by healing potions. So I want to heal them up. This guy just got shot by another one. I had 2 at once. And you know what? Because we're on hard mode on the server, you actually get a lot of mobs that can pick up items. So that was really cool. Now what we've got to do is transport all the way up to the surface. I'm going to build a big minecart elevator going all the way up, and then we've got to sort of build a path leading over to the area. But we've also got to roof it all off as well, so they don't take damage. Of course, I could give them helmets. That would be considerably easier. And you know what? Actually, I think I'm going to give them some helmets. Anyway, I got a lot of preparation to do. Do you know what? I just got finished up, and I think the sun is setting. It is definitely getting darker. Yes, it is time to go. Let's go all the way down to the bottom, and let's move these fellas along. Do you know what? I'm going to take my boots off, because they're going to do some damage to me, which I don't particularly like. Apparently, I'm not fond of taking damage. Right, let's nudge these guys along. Off you go. Very slowly, though. Oh, you don't actually have a track underneath you. Okay, off he goes. Quickly, 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 because night will soon turn into day. I can't believe how well this is going, and I love this little thing down here. I can't help but feel that's actually going to be useful for other things in the future. Now, earlier when I was nudging these guys, they're actually sort of hitting me back, and even if I like go right into the middle of this guy, he's not actually attacking me. Oh, I completely forgot to give them potions as well, so must not... Oh, don't go down there. Must not forget to remember to not remember to forget. Yes, that was very, very confusing. So I thought it'd be cool to see them whiz along the top here, but of course they've shot off at the speed of minecart, and now they're all the way down here. Oh, this is going so well. And what I've got to do next is, of course, a load of nudging. I'm really glad they're not hitting me, actually. Let's put the boots back on. Sod's law, they'll start hitting me. Because it makes things a lot easier when you don't have to consider that. So, first things first, let's get this chap in the corner. Then let's remove the track, put the block back, and check that he's going to be alright. We can now give this guy a bow. And we don't want to hit him. No. No! Ah, okay, right. We learn as we go. That's going to be a big problem, is it? I think I might have to leave them in the minecart. So what can we do? Can we get him back in a minecart? Where did he go? We're going to run out of time here if we don't sort this out. So where's the minecart? There it is. You are over there. Follow me over here. And run into the... Oh, no, you don't like tracks. Oh, well, you got back in. Alright then, so... I would throw a bow at this guy and ask myself, do I want to keep them in the minecart? But I think we just need to find a way to actually get them in there, in the correct spot, which I think is going to be quite difficult and may involve some water. So for now, what we will do is build a roof above these guys, because we don't want to take them damage during the day. And then we'll have to try something else. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to start with the side over there. This chap won't be able to escape once he's been pushed into that area over there. So we will let you out of your minecart, but we'll do that after we've put that there and put some water over here. And it just occurred to me this might cause him to take damage somehow. Like that. But we'll keep him alive. We definitely need those potions. Now he's been pushed into that spot right there. And we're going to... let's see. We're going to take away this block. Right, so there we go. And go down like that. So that's the back of it. He's been successfully trapped in here. And what we want to do next is a little test to see if he will take the bow. So he's going to start shooting me. And, oh yeah, name tag. Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. This first one is going to be called Jumbo. Jumbo, will you take the bow? Let's see. Let's name tag him first. Name tags are cheap. There we go. Right, Mum. Oh no. No, of course. Of course, you're going to prefer the sword no matter what we do. Oh no. I've really overlooked this bit, haven't I? Okay, the reality now is that these guys are completely useless to me. That's right, completely useless. They're not going to pick up bows. We should perhaps try it one more time before we kill them all. No, you are not going to pick up the bow. I really thought it was attack damage. And I remember one of them dropping an enchanted bow for the sword. And I thought that was a little bit strange because it would have done more power. And how many times do we do things and overlook something? It's so silly, but do you know what? We can't get bummed out by it. I am a little bit bummed out, as you can tell, but we've got to look on the bright side. We've had fun doing this today. I'm thinking now what we've got to do is just try one more thing. What if we chuck one of these really good bows at a skeleton down the bottom and it picks it up? We'll be able to tell that it's got the bow because it will do more damage to us. So I'm going to take these boots off again. And then maybe we can sort of nudge them into a minecart and bring them up the top. But I'll have to wait until night time to do that, otherwise they'll take damage up here. So it'd be very slim chance of getting it to work. But if we could get it to work and we could do it for, let's say, just 2 of them, then this could still work. We wouldn't go overboard and do 5 because it'll be a lot more work. So we'll give it a try. What we've got to do here is take a bow with us. And we've got to have a minecart, which we've got ready. And then we just got to wait until it's night time. So we'll give it another shot. Oh yeah, the other thing is when we come down here, they need to go like directly into that spot. So it's going to be really tricky, but we'll try and do the same thing we did again. We want one over here, that's for sure. And let's get the water bucket ready as well. Oh, it's this bit I should have broken. Okay, I am very close to getting this to work. Go that way. Go on, go on, go on. Yes, yes, we got him in. Oh my god, this guy has been kicking my ass. I have been set on fire. I've been knocked back across this slime block thing. I don't know how many times. And finally we've got him in. Okay. Right, we might be able to salvage this. That was difficult, but to be fair, it wasn't too difficult. It's really about the next bit. And I've just realised something. It's daytime. Oh, why? So I just had to delete a bunch of my recordings. It was so bad. I was getting my arse whooped by this skeleton. I managed to get another one up here, and the knockback on it was really hurting me. And initially I thought knockback wasn't going to be a problem, because if you're standing here, you get knocked back, you go back. But that's not quite how it works, actually. The momentum gets pushed off to the side, and so that would have caused us some problems, I reckon. And so what we're going to do is take the 2 bows that don't have knockback and just try and get this to work with 2 of them. I feel like we can do this. We're so close, we can't give up. So let me explain what happened. I brought another one up here. I messed up getting him to go into this area using the water, and the water actually flowed down here, and then the guy got stuck down here, and it was just ridiculous. And I was like, nope, gonna kill it. We're gonna try one more time. And I'm going to skip all the collecting it bit this time. If I can get one of them back up here, we will try it. We will try and get it into position. And then we can test this machine out at last, because it has taken way too long. It really has. And I'm getting a little bit fed up with it now. Anyway, right, let's give this another good attempt. Let's make sure we got the bows with us. I think that one right there we don't want. Nope, that's also got punch on it. Right, so we'll take these 2 and we'll give it a last try. Do you know what? It is really fitting that this last guy here is called Mumbo. Because if I'd have done it Mumbo's way, we could have been killing ourselves with lava ages ago. But the fact that I had to challenge myself to do something different has made this incredibly difficult. And I feel like that has something to do with Mumbo. Guy, come on, shoot me. Why are you not shooting me? Oh, you were going to make me have a heart attack then. Right, and now he's having trouble shooting me from this distance. I'd like to clarify that I have tested a lot of this stuff. on a world before I decided to do it here, and it has all gone wrong. Okay, and by the way, I put in some slabs to stop us from getting nudged out to the side, and this is not effective enough at all. It's like his first arrow hit me and then the rest didn't. And it also says that I'm shot by Mumbo, which is really cool. Right, so shoot me again. I ain't dead yet. Some of you might know that lyric. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. The next thing is... Can I break the slab fast enough? What if... Oh, no! I might be caught here in a death loop. Oh, my days. Don't tell me I'm caught in a death loop. Let's try and break it quick. Because I want to get one more of them down here to make it a little bit more efficient. Oh, I can't believe it. Come on. Yes, we're not in a death loop. We've escaped, but probably going to burn to death anyway. Well, there you go. Right, so I'm definitely going to get the other one, and I think I'm going to put him in a slightly different position because that guy has trouble shooting, so maybe back here would be a better place for them to go. Right, we're almost there now. Okay, Jumbo, this one is for you. You are also a pain in the arse. What did I expect? There we go. Shoot me again. And now it begins. I'm going to use an auto-clicker program that I've got that's going to click on respawn, and it's going to click like this over and over again, and basically do the same thing Mumbo did. Oh, come on! There's two of you now. Can't be that difficult. There we go. There we go. Now that is fast. I was hoping overall this would be a lot faster than using lava, but it appears that's not going to be the case. However, I am tired of doing this, and I want to try out the auto-clicker and see if this is going to work. Do you know what? It was totally worth it for this site right here. Turns out my auto-clicker program didn't quite work, so I had to find a macro one. And the way I've got it set up, I've finally got it working. It means my guy tries to click the button every so often, but he also got to reposition the mouse as well. And because of that, he turns to the side. Luckily, he never hits the skeleton, which could be bad because then it would do damage and potentially kill it over time. But now it's just a case of leaving this thing running. We are up to 137 deaths, and I have no idea how long it's going to take to get to 1,000. This thing could definitely go a little bit faster, but as of right now, I'm kind of zonked after all the troubles that we ran into. But it's so funny, and it's worked out really well, so hopefully we'll give Mumbo a run for his money with 1,000 deaths. And of course I'll show you that in the next episode. We're going to leave it here for now. Look at this derpy little thing right here. I don't know why I started to decorate it with some hardened clay, but it certainly ended up looking pretty awful. That's going to be it from me this episode, peeps. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.